wesizwe Dr. Fisher Sabela South Africa uyanibisa umama 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 wesizwe Dr. Fisher Sabela South Africa
We are going to vote for Dr. Fisher as the president of South Africa.
Dr. Fisher Sabela South Africa Dr. Fisher Sabela, Santa Africa. Sabela, South Africa, Uyani Bizu, Mama Wesizwe, Dr. Fisher Sabela, South Africa. Uyani Bisa, Mama Wesizwe, Dr. Fisher Sabela, South Africa, Uyani Bizu, Mama Wesizwe, Dr. Fisher Sabela, South Africa. Uyani Bisa, Mama Wesizwe, Dr. Fisher Sabela, South Africa, Uyani Bizu, Mama Wesizwe, Dr. Fisher Sabela, South Africa. Uyani Bisa, Mama Wesizwe, Dr. Fisher Sabela, South Africa, Uyani Bizu, Mama Wesizwe, Dr. Fisher Sabela, South Africa. Uyani Bisa, Mama Wesizwe, Dr. Fisher sabela Mzansi Afrika uyanibiza umama wesizwe 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 Dr. Fisher sabela Mzansi Afrika
President Fisher, viva!
Until 2024. Na kile Dr. Fisher akiaka mmoja Fisher ndilo
It is a good morning to all the Uniters and every confidant all over South Africa. In this morning is a special day for all of us. We want to bring the 1994 experience towards the 2024 national and provincial elections. I want to salute you all in DUP order. Salutations are to everyone that will be coming on board, that will catch up with this program as we are outlining the voter registration campaign. It is salutation to our Honorable President, Dr. Snati Fisher, the first woman president in waiting in the Republic of South Africa. And we are also outlining a program that which we are moreover encouraging all the women in the country, every female in the country, to actually now consider visiting the polls and vote for the first woman president in the country. But for that to actually occur or to be executed accordingly, we need to actually come to a point of registry. Now, the process of registration in the country will be given, or moreover, I would say there will be dates that are therefore given to each and every one of us. And those dates, like as in 2023, the dates will be the 17, 18 November, in 2023, and the other date will be announced later. And now on this date particularly, now IEC is looking forward to receive new voters, whether you were underage in the previous years, or whether you are, or maybe were disgruntled, or maybe you were a cadre that is no longer interested in voting, or an MK veteran. We could even say maybe a young person or youth that see no reason why they vote because of no job employability, neither do they have youth economy. Now, they don't see the importance of them coming on board and vote. Whether you are an old, maybe a mother or father, or our grands who are disgruntled, and most of them, because they were part of the struggle and they were part, of those who were the forebears who actually now conquered with them to where we are. And when they look at what is happening today, they have no interest, because now the very same democracy does not address their household issues or their household economies, or even it could be their local economy. And that to it, you will find that there is a chunk number of South Africans or citizenry that do not vote. And now for that reason, you will tell that in statistics, we have 25 million, which is 26 in a roundup, million South Africans that are eligible and that are registered to vote. But now, if you look at what actually transpired in 2019, you'll realize that now the 26 million that was actually eligible or have registered to vote did not come to the polls or go to the polls and decide on who they want to lead the country or decide on their leadership. And you would actually now begin to now also say that the reasons are known, the reasons are in actually now before us, and we all know the reasons why people are not turning up to vote on that day of change. And now as the Democratic Union Party, we are in partnership also with Fisher Foundations. We are standing and declaring in this very day to say #Kinako voter registration campaign, as we are also encouraging young people. Now we took a stance, and with a couple of young people in South Africa in the universities and those that are also in the high schools, and we did this program on Sunday. And then on Sunday we realized out of 10 young people that were at the fields, meaning playing soccer and some of them playing any other sport, they were not registered to vote at the age of 18. And we saw an opportunity, and therefore, it informed, our campaign to make sure that we are on track, and to make sure that we absolutely come on board and encourage them, so that we showcase the importance of this activity to register in order to vote and be eligible. So this eligibility test is of importance, and we have tested it, and it shall actually muchly bring change in our country. So I'm standing here with one of the young, meaning ladies, who also is the member of the Democratic Union Party. And now, as a youth and as a young person, I mean, if I would just say it now, doing law. And now this young lady says, it is my opportunity because in last elections, I could not vote. But in these elections, I will not actually now miss the opportunity to vote. So that's where we started, because voter registration has to begin in our homes. It must begin in our homes and touch our neighbor and touch also our communities, touch the nation of South Africa. That's how it goes. If it can't begin in our homes, where would we actually now expect people to register to vote? Now, I am with Kimberly here, and we're not going to speak much. I just want to give her an opportunity to say what is it that she's going to do in the coming elections. Kimberly?
Absolutely. Thank you, SG. As we are the youth of South Africa, I am encouraging you guys to vote for change in the Orange Nation, which is DUP, the leader which can lead us to a better future in the future. So I vote for DUP.
You have heard it yourself. The vote goes to the Democratic Union Party, but the greatest thing that it goes to the leader, Dr. Senati Fisher. I want to tell you, I've never been so excited and so much. Moreover, I would say we are all ecstatic in what is about to happen in our country. History is in the making. If one could remember when before we have come to the dispensation of democracy, something happened there. There was a flare, there was a vibe, there was something that was happening. Whether you were suckling or whether some of were maybe babes, but now each and every one of us felt the heat. We felt the drive because the noise was everywhere. Everybody longed to see a black president, meaning in South Africa, and it came to pass. But now the noise, I just want to talk about the noise, the festivity that was there, the 1994 experience and flair. Actually, now the joy that was in the hearts of the people. That's what we call Africanism or Pan-Africanism, or you can call it as you like, but I can tell you it was more of a unism, kind of a voice. And unity was evident in this country. Unity was evident in the Republic. And now for that reason, we want to bring the 1994 experience to the one of 2024. Now, after 30 years of democracy, we are saying change is now desirable, and the people of South Africa are looking forward to see this change. And I can tell you that the Democratic Union Party, it is that party that which when you vote, you start looking at change, and you are, because a new voter, what does a new voter do? A new voter searches or muchly looks for a political movement that can actually align with their belief or moreover with their policy formation, and then or their ideology. And in that form, then they therefore begin to now understand now which party to vote. Some they're looking for their autonomy. So it is important for you to make the right decision. And now let me tell you one of the things which is an amiss that we have done in the past years. Not to vote is what is a decision. If you're not voting, you are making a decision. And if you are not putting that cross, you have made already a decision not to vote. And you not being counted there. Now, it means your voice is not counted. It means your vote were not counted. Your vote is not counted. Your voice is not counted. And also, if you've got a complaint, it's not also counted. Now, no one will represent you. Them that are voting are no longer representing you. They are representing those who have voted for them. Hence, now it is important that in the coming election, we are going to start with one. And I can tell you now, we're going to end up and we'll be able to reach out millions of those, unregistered voters, be them meaning a youth, be them meaning a middle-aged, be them the elderly. We are here, those who are actually now able to differently, whom we call disabled. those who are out there, we are saying each and everyone, and even them that are in the prisons, we want to make sure that they also get the opportunity to learn that there is or are movements out there that they can actually now join hands with and partner with in order to see the change that they long for. Now we are standing here as to actually saying it's an announcement to each and every one of you out there to join the Orange Nation, the vitamin C people. It's going to be something else. It's going to be fireworks in the country, in the republic. Now, I see that there's going to be a fire burning, as we saw fire burning, but this fire, particularly in this time, it's no longer the fire that burns the tires. It's no longer going to be the dustbin and the lead and the stone. It's going to be a different revolution that is coming on board. And now revolutionaries are standing out from being youthful, those that are in the marketplace, those that are actually now professionals that are also coming on board. Everybody would come on board, and there's going to be a resuscitation of that vibe we're talking about, of the experience of the 94, which is going to take us forth to 2024, because now the reason being, now we are having a leader before us. We are actually now, we have heard with our ears when Kimberly said, I have registered to vote for the first time for the woman president. And I can tell you that South Africa, this has been over, I would say, it's been long overdue. Now, if I have to speak to our moms, now you need to understand, I want to speak to all the moms, the aunties, and the grannies, and the sisters, now, and our daughters. Now, this is how it is. In the past apartheid regime, now, when it came to elections, and now there was a law which was put by the very government of oppression, and the very government which was moreover putting us in rigor, also in degradation and regression. And what is it that they did? Now, the first thing that was done is to not to give us an opportunity to vote. And I can tell you, if you are not given an opportunity to make your decision, nobody will make it for. But now I can tell that others will make for you, but you are not going to be able to make a decision. Now, blacks were not given an opportunity to make that decision, inclusive of even other racial ethnicities. Now, I'm going to put it this way to say, now, did you know, which is what we have put as a statement that I just want to read for us, and so that we can understand of the dynamics and things that really transpire, because it's very much important to know the things that really transpires in the country in order for you to understand where we are. Now, in this very day, as we are encouraging you to come and also to vote for your own president, to vote for, as particularly a woman president. Now, hear this one. Now, we said registered voters demographics by age and gender indicates that only plus minus 4 million young people under the age of 30 years are registered to vote. Can you imagine? Under the age of what? Of 30 years are registered to vote. And a total of 25,960,000 is actually also eligible and registered to vote in South Africa. Now, as the DUP, we took moreover a cognizance that in the apartheid regime, I open quote, only white men were invited to consider the future of this country. Only white male or men were invited to consider the future of this country, close quote. Now, I want you to hear this one. Women and all other racial groups were excluded. Women and all other racial groups were excluded. That is period. That is a fact which I actually have as public knowledge. Women, I'm talking about not just black women, white, black women were excluded from voting. Only white male or men were invited to consider the future of this country. And that can actually now begin to communicate the rigorness and how that dragonical, illicit, degradational and regressional position of the apartheid regime has actually now imposed on the people. Now, one can actually understand, if I have to speak to you politically, to understand how rigor it was, not only to the black persons, or not only to the Indian persons or the colored persons, but also to the white women. They were excluded from voting. All the women were excluded. Black, white, colored, Indian, you can call them. They were excluded by the white male minority. And I can tell you, they decided where to take this country. They decided what to do next with our country. They made decisions which were in line with the regime and oppression, and they were successful. Why? Because all of us were excluded from voting. Now, this communicates why the government of the Democratic Union Party has actually now made that a decision to announce officially, moreover, I would say, the voter registration campaign on this very day to conscientize every black child, to conscientize every black child, all the activities, and also to conscientize every white child. Let me tell you why. Because their mothers were not given the opportunity to make a decision whether they had to actually now stand with the male or the men in whatever that was done diabolically, or whether to make a decision as women. And we all know that in every country, most countries, women are a large population. Like in South Africa, women are actually approximately 30 million of females in the country. So now that could tell you that even in that season, in that epoch, it tells you that even the white women were actually a greater number than the male white men. So what does it mean? It means that now the male or the men, the white men, were oppressing not only the blacks in terms of ethnicity, but the oppression was also done to their own. So now DUP is coming to the grounds in order to make sure that we resuscitate the same festivity that we had in 1994. And now we are not leaving any stone unturned. And we are not going to leave any tent unstoned. So we are going to stone every tent, and we are going to turn every stone. And I can tell you that the attitude will be mutual to each and every one that we meet. And in our presentation, we are presenting a leader, a martyr of a nation. We are presenting, I can tell you, now we are presenting a philanthropist, a humanitarian. We are presenting a capable leader of service delivery, a martyr with a heart for her people, South Africa, Dr. Senati Fisher. And I want to say to all the women out there that now that is the reason why we are here to say now Mama Africa, or the mother of the nation, is calling out for all the women out there. It's calling out for each and every one of you, young and old. We need to form, and we need to actually now begin to come out and say enough is enough. As a male as I am, as a man as I am, I can tell you I am excited to see what is about to transpire in our country, being led by a woman. Now, if I have to give this analogy in order for us to understand why is it important to have a woman before us, Now, I did indicate in terms of numbers that women are actually are more than us. Now, before I even go there, let me, because we are doing this as more as an education, because voters' education is key in our country. Now, as the DUP, this channel will do that and will do it exceptionally well. You will be taught throughout and also before the times of elections. You will be taught through this channel to know what is it that needs to be done. So, but as we are making an announcement, I just want to make a little voter education, which I think it can assist all of us to understand where we are. Now, as I was saying, we have 30 million females in the country, and we've got 14 million plus, which have actually, they are eligible and they are registered. Now, what is eligibility? Eligibility is you being what? South African, and number two, you having, moreover, we would say the green book or barcode book, or one would say a what? A card today, which we are using as a smart card. Now, then you must also be, in order for registration, you must be 16 years of age. But for voting, you must be 18. So it means when you register at the age of 16, you will wait only for 24 months, only for 2 years, then for you to actually now begin to choose your own leaders. So that's why I'm encouraging the 16-year-olds to go and register. Yes, it might not be fruitful for 2024, but it is a way to go until the whole country meaning is registered, excluding the infants, sucklings, and the others who cannot actually qualify. But now, if you are South African and you are 16 years of age older, you can register to vote. But now you know that you will only vote at the age of 18. Now that is eligibility. Now registration is key. Now, how does it go and what does South Africa do? Now, the IEC, which is the Independent Electoral Commission, will then release a date, particular date. That date is not a holiday. You see, that date is not for you to go shopping. That date is not just for you to be at home and rest and, rest from your bosses. Or no, that is the day where you need to make a decision to change the status quo of this country. It is a day where you need to take your whole family and get up to the nearest VD or voting district or station where we vote. You go there with your ID, and then you get up there, and then you register there. That will be a day that will be registering physically. You go there with your ID, and now you'll get personnel who are going to assist you in registering. But now, why we are bringing this voter registration meaning through the telecast and also through the campaign is because we want to show you the convenience of how to do this without even going further. Now, I'm going to do this practically. We're going to do it practically, moreover, as something to take home. Now, in practical, we are going to do this together. I need to do this with her, and it's going to be a practical example that you can vote. You will see there on the screen down there is information already that is there, which actually now indicates on what to do for you to be eligible and also, or maybe to register to vote. And the addresses are there. There's an SMS, and there's also your web address, which you can utilize and register at the comfort of your home, or register now as you are watching, or even register now as you are in a taxi or in a bus or anywhere where you are. So you can register anywhere in South Africa, outside South Africa. So there's no longer an excuse to say, I missed the day, to say, I missed the date. Now, there's no longer an excuse. Now, let me take you there so we can do the practicality as we are launching out. Now, you will be going to meaning it is going to be register to vote.elections.org.za. You see, the reason why we're doing it this way, it's a different way. People are used of being in a particular ward, and we've got many people and so forth. Can I say this to my brothers who are my age, and we are not in their age. They are not even the fourth industrial. They're even further than the fourth industrial. I think this generation is the fifth industrial, and we are operating on the first industrial. You still want to go there and toy and ho. No, let me tell you something. You don't need our thing is slogan to register. You don't need a slogan to register. You don't need a conference to register. You don't need a search to register. You just need your gadget. You need your phone. You need your laptop. You need your internet. Anywhere you are, you can register. So now we want to reach as many people as we can. We don't want to reach 1 million. We want to reach 10 million plus of women in the country. If we have 14 million, it means there are still more than 10 million excluding the children, because now in total there are 30 million. So I've just excluded the 6 million for being children and others who can vote. But now it's 14 plus 10 million is 24. So I've excluded 6 million. So now 10 million can vote, and 10 million can change the status quo, and also can change the results of the election day. Now let's come to this one. Then you need to just go to what? Register to vote. .elections.org.za. Now I'm encouraging every young man that is out there, 16 years of age plus, and if you're South African, you are eligible. Yes, you are eligible. Yes, you are eligible. Please just take your gadget right where you are in the class, right where you are right now in the bus, or maybe in the taxi. Now you can punch, or maybe at the internet, punch this. If you punch or do register to vote, one word, .elections.org.za. You go to the website. Now, let me do this with you. You go to the website, and obviously the website will open up for you until you see the writing and so forth. It will be like this. Now, with all the beautiful colors that are there, information is there. It says check your eligibility. Now, sometimes we think, or we assume that people know, and that's the problem. But now, with us as the Democratic Union Party, we are not in assumptions. We have realized, as we did moreover, we did our investigation, that people don't know what to do. That's why those 2 days, people can't even travel back home or anywhere to register, or to their prospect or respective VDs, or where they want to be. They cannot. And we find it to be inconveniencing for them. They must actually, it's a struggle, because it's 2 days. You must move from Cape Town, go to Joburg, go back, and so it costs money for you to go and vote. I mean, why? It costs you what? Money, rents for you to vote. No. It shouldn't cost you many or a lot of money. Your SMS will cost you R1, but your internet is what you are using already, so you can utilize that also. Now, when you go there, it will tell you submit, and it will show you what are the requirements. You must be a South African citizen, at least, as I said, 16 years of age, but you can only vote from age 18. Now, let me run with this one quickly so that we can conclude. Now, it will ask you whether you have a valid green barcode ID book or your smart card ID. And then they will say now to submit the online voter registration application. So then you do like this, then you will agree. You would agree. Now it says now you are only registered to vote once you have received a receipt via what? SMS or email, and have confirmed that you are registered. Now, then it goes down there, you will see that it says accept. You press the box, and after pressing the box, begin application processes. Then if you have a reference number, then you can take in through the reference number, and it will actually take you through. Then it will give you such whereby you fill in. You see, I'm doing this deliberately. I want to tell you something. There's somebody that I'm helping. Maybe you might be voting for some time, but there's somebody who needs such a help. And some of them, they're tired of being in some long lines and you know, not going to work and so forth. So I need you to do it at the comfort of your home. Now there on ID, you put your ID. Now let's go. She's gonna put hers. She's gonna put hers. We are launching our voter registration campaign online. And then we would unleash the confidence and the unite us. And the comrades will therefore be on the grounds. Now then, your cell phone number, okay. Then you must press the box, I'm not a robot. Then you continue. Okay, one thing only that I need, which I'm just going to permit her to, yes, one thing only that I need there is I just want to put in the pin. The reason why I need you to know this, it's important so that we can start doing it in our homes. We can start registering our children, or maybe the young adults and those that are at home. Do it at the comfort of your home. I can tell you just from Sunday, we have done them in the good number, and today I just want to do this as an ensemble, not example, because we are using a person in this one, and so that you can understand. Then it will give you what we call, let me see here, it will give you an OTP, which I think, yes, it says 788023. You see, as we are waiting for it to roll, you know, it rolls and it works so that we can run quicker. I feel like singing a song as I'm actually talking to you, and I think we can even sing this song together. I'm waiting for it. It must roll. This is internet. Now, as it rolls, there's a song coming to me. It says, Uyasibizu mama,
Mama,
wesizwe, Dr. Fisha Sabela, South Africa. Uyasibizu mama, wesizwe, Dr. Fisha Sabela, South Africa. Uyasibizu mama, wesizwe, Dr. Fisha Sabela, South Africa. Uyasibizu mama, wesizwe, Dr. Fisha Sabela, South Africa. Oh, Sabela, 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 South Africa. Sabela, 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 Limpopo, Hamakala, Sishiho, South Africa, Bukone Bupirima, Bumalanga, Poloni, South Africa. Uyasibizu mama, wesizwe, Dr. Fisha Sabela, South Africa. Uyasibizu mama, wesizwe, Dr. Fisha Sabela, South Africa. Uyasibizu mama, wesizwe, Fisha Sabela, Mzansi Afrika. The 1994 experience is coming back in 2024. I tell you, all the streets will be calling out and say, Sabela Mama. All the streets, I want to say to you, Dr. Snati Fisher, Viva President Dr. Snati Fisher, Viva!
Viva!
Viva President Dr. Snati Fisher, Viva!
Viva!
Viva the Honorable, Viva!
Viva!
Viva the Mother of the Nation, Viva!
Viva!
Viva President Dr. Snati Fisher, Viva!
Viva!
Viva President of the Presidents, Viva!
Viva!
Viva President of the Presidents, Viva!
Viva!
Viva President of the President, Viva!
Viva!
Viva of them that are living and the dead, you are the President, Viva!
Viva!
Viva Dr. Snati Fisher, Viva!
Viva!
Now, confidence, I can tell you that it's going to be a festivity all over the country. The vibe has begun. The joy is all over. I can tell you there is hope in South Africa. There is hope in the Republic. Again, we've got hope because of our mother. We've got hope because of the incoming and the doctor in waiting who is about to lead this country to where it's supposed to be. After a long time, we have been wondering and we have been become a disgrace to the global community. Also with the global economies and how things are looking, we are the least. Instead of being developing or developed, we are still in the down sketches and cannot be compared to those global economies. Now, I've got confidence that now when the entrance of our mother and the mother of the nation as a leader in the country will bring change and moreover confidence in whatsoever, whether it could be outside or moreover, I would say domestic investors, because we can't build from outside, we need to build from within. And we're going to raise also youth employability. What do we mean employability? The youth who are moreover have the academia, youth who are educated, youth who are not yet educated, but youth who are upskilled. We are going to do human development and upskill our youth with our hands so that they can work with their hands as skillful as we are as South Africans, and build our own economy from the scratch and make sure that we compete howsoever with whoever comes our way, and make sure that we set up the flag higher because that's who we are, and make sure that we restore our factories and we do what we call factory, industrial revolution, which we have seen that they were also taken down when after that the new administrator came on board in the dispensation of democracy. We have lost your Babelehi, we have lost your Timbeza, we have lost your Enkangastria, we have lost, we no longer do our own shirts, we no longer have our own cloth, we no longer do our own tracks, we no longer do our own socks. I was raised by a man who worked and he actually manufactured socks even daily as part of the clothing that they were manufacturing. And I can tell you, we did not even have to go to China. We did not even have to go any other way. We did not even have to catch a flight and go and begin to sell out what we can do in the country. I can tell you something, that now the majority of the men and the women of South Africa, they are actually operational machine workers, and they are also overlookers. They are actually having the expertise to make their own things, their own food, their own clothing. So now I believe that the time is come and the time is now. We are going to raise them in every VD, in all the 24,000 VDs. We are going to raise men and women around those VDs. We are going to raise them in every branch. We are going to raise them in every ward, in 4,468 wards. We are going to raise them in those wards, men and women, or who are having the expertise and the power, and they will be the chamber, and they will be the ones that will actually begin to now raise the economy of their communities. We are going to raise them in all 52 regions, be it 56, but 52 regions. We are going to raise them there in the districts and make sure that now our districts are functional, our municipality are operational, and we are going to put on leadership that understand the laws of the country. Now we are going to take away all those constitutional delinquent leaders that are there and raise a flag with the leaders that has service delivery that are appointed by the Democratic Union Party. We are going to raise leaders, and also we are going to raise those parents and mothers who have been neglected, elderly, who are actually now the ones who are responsible for the country, the beauty of the country. They've built the railways, they've built the flats, the skyscrapers, they've built the power stations, but they are neglected today. They are being rejected today. They are being subjected to become guinea pigs. They are being subjected to death. They are being subjected to sicknesses. They are being subjected to the diabolic, illicit agenda of the West, which is now killing our elderly. We are going to restore the dignity of our elderly people. We are going to restore the dignity of our people. We are going to restore the dignity of our parents. A nation that doesn't respect its elders does not have a blessing. We want a blessing as the people of South Africa. We are going to restore that post. You see, there's one thing happening. A teacher or a principal who was actually now earning a good salary. When they go for pension, then they lose everything. They lose their shape. They lose theirs. That's why most of them, they don't want to pension, because they know that they are now pensioning to die. There's nothing to do post. And now as the DUP, we are going to have programs post, that is the post economy of our elderly people, in order for them to survive and to also maintain themselves and have over a lifespan which is long and its longevity. So it's going to be done by this by this current, which is the Democratic Union Party, led by a woman president, Dr. Snati Fisher. And now let me just also elaborate that in 9 provinces, we're going to establish and moreover have those kind of leaders. Now, let me not leave out the youth. We need to also make an assurance that as the government of the DUP, we are going to partner with every young person. Let me tell you this, we are not going to speak on their behalf, because they can speak on their behalf what they are actually in need of, and they can set up their own programs in order to build their own economy. And we believe in youth employability. We believe in youth economy, and I am declaring it as the Secretary General of the movement to say the young people shall stand and the young people shall rule. The young people shall be voiced out. We are not going to be any other political party that uses them for votes. We will work hand in hand with them, hold hands with them, whether they are professionals or not. We will be able to place them accordingly and make sure that we build the macro economy of this country called South Africa. Now, as we proceed, I just wanted that a little bit careful to see how this the program got. Now there it goes. Before we close here today, now your online voters registration services went. You would see here, you type your address here. You type your address, put an address where you are, just an address, or yasekaya. Mauguti, you are at work, and then you're usekaya. Put an address, yasekaya, and then we can do this. And it will show you, after you've put an address, that address will be visible on the screen. You see, on the screen. And let me do it for us quickly. And I want to assure you that these things are important. We need to teach them. We need to go out there. We are going to deploy young presenters who are going to do this. We are going to deploy them we thank God that we've got the SG with the same character who can really run with this and make sure that we put it, accordingly. So we're going to roll the program with the young ones. You see now it's there. Then your address will be there. And now what is beautiful is that then you would have it all that actually says this is your address, the street, and the suburb, the town. And then it will also give you the ward number and say your ward number is this number particularly. Then you select. Yes, you select. There you go. Then you do what you call address verification. We are closing down. We are done. Only one person. We are done. There we go. We see. Then it goes. Then your application summary is done here. And it's in this form. You check the information before you click the submit button. The ID number is well. You check for yourself. The names are well. Your surname, everything is well. Yes, your number, address is there. And then you can change it there anytime if you feel it's not the right one. Gauteng, and then it says where you are. And then if you are in the Western Cape, it says where you are. Then it says here, Western Cape. Yes, I see here. Okay, there you go. There you go. There you go. Then you confirm. Declaration and verification also. Yes, you confirm. You commission. It must be commissioned. Then you go. You verify your ID. Yes, and then you submit. So now, what does this mean? It means today, you see, then you go like this. Then it will give you a page that requires you to download your ID or your green barcode book or your smart card ID. Then you can download that, take it from your pictures or anywhere as JPEG and all of those things that you know better than us. Then you download. Then you go, you continue. After choosing, you then continue and do what? And you give it away. So it's very much important for us to get to understand this. And I'm done. And I'm thankful because I've been a little bit informal, which actually makes it more interesting to be here. And because these are the programs you can't deal with young people, because I want us to reach more than 10 million people, young people out there. And ask me if it's possible. Yes, we are going to do it, and it is done. So we start with one, and then we went, and we've out of 10 young people out there, I can tell you we had 10 of them that were not registered. So we knew that if the ratio is this, then it tells you that we have a situation whereby young people do not register to vote. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you that you have come on board and made sure that the few of you that have came through and some that will be able to catch up with us, in the near future and maybe after we are done here, I just want to share this message to say this was informed by everything we have told you, that the DUP voter registration campaign, which is done virtually, we want to make sure that we also embrace the fourth industrial revolution for the young people. You know why young people don't? Even vote or even register? It's because we go and approach young people, and we approach them in an old way, and they are there. They know that you are there. They only see T-shirts. They only see us doing there, and they only see us, singing and also chanting. But now the problem is they are not part of what we do. So now we need to now draw them in with what they prefer. And I can tell you, since that I've seen a large a number of young people agreeing to what is happening. Some of them, they said to me, SG, we are going to vote, like you saw here, meaning also one of our young people saying, Lita saying, I am voting for Dr. Snati Fisher, a woman president. And let me tell you this now, if she said it and I said it, we all are going to say it. And all of us are going to say hashtag Dr. Snati 2024. And as I said that now, the 1994 experience would become the 2024 experience, because the same vibe, the same joy, when everybody was fired up with one voice, or also with one man by the name of Dr. Nelson Mandela. And I can tell you, it can be Dr. Snati Fisher that has to come on board and take on the baton, because we have seen, and we are not here to talk about what has happened and transpired, but now we have seen, everybody knows the story of where we are as South Africans. As the DUP, we are not here to rubbish anybody. We are here to showcase what we have, and we are here to actually now present our modus operandi. We are here to bring our operation to work and manifestation through our manifesto, and make sure that now we communicate the situations and circumstances of the people in line with our policies, and make sure that we also put on leadership that will adhere the policies and also adhere the plan that we have in the come 2024, beyond 2024. And I want to say that now it is a plea from us to say, each and every woman in the country, remember we said now in the apartheid regime, only the white male or men were permitted to vote or to make a decision pertaining the country. And even the white women were not given that opportunity. So now we are saying we are going to go out there. We are not going to let any tent not unstoned, not stoned, or any stone unturned. So we are going to do what needs to be done and make sure that now we touch every heart. Kuzoba ishe vongo. Songena emakhaya, singene konke singene emasontweni, singene naku-traditional leadership, singene konke emakhosini, singene emakhosini, but we are singene emaphoyiseni, singene emaloyeni, singene konke, singene nakulaba kulamaphathi amanye, sithi wozani ekhaya, umama uyanibiza. Now that is our call to say, the mother of the nation is calling for you, and most especially and particularly women. It's your time, and the time is now. The time is come. Hence, we say hashtag Kinako voter registration campaign. And I want to say to all of you, may you realize the moment, may you seize the moment, and let us today continue to do what we have done and register. And after you've registered, I'm going to ask you, take a photo, send it to my office, send it on the platforms, and say, I have registered. My daughter has registered. My boss has registered. So you just do it. My neighbor has registered. I can tell you, if we can take it from here and we run with it even virtually, we will reach our ordained target, which we are looking for in terms of number, in terms of membership, and voters' roll. And from myself, I want to thank you. From the office of the Secretariat, I want to say to all of you, this is the way we have done it virtually, to say, let each and every young person all over the country register to vote. And your eligibility is quite key for change in our country. Kinako, now or never.
President Fisher, viva!
Until 2024. Nna ke le Dr. Snati Fisher, ha ke atla mo go tsebisa dilo tse di sa etsagaleng.
As a union, we are going to vote for Dr. Fisher to become a president of South Africa.
Uyanibisa umama wesizwe Dr. Fisher sabela Mzansi Afrika 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 bizu umama wesizwe Dr. Fisher Sabela South Africa Uyanibiza 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 umama wesizwe Dr. Fisher Sabela